This is the time when we discuss life. We discuss time. We bond together like the beads of a bracelet, pondering what is and what is not in the cosmic science of astrology, drowning ourselves into the depths of our inner being. And cutting through all boundaries which holds us within the limits of our karmas, burning our own ego to see what is beyond the smoky veil. Welcome to Astrophilosophy Hour.
So, cigar smoking, I have brought so much attention to this, this cultural art that I feel like I think I need to discuss it because in most of my videos, especially nowadays, you guys see me smoking cigars. And what we do, as people of different culture, different divinity, is that we always put a stamp on things, on how we grew up, on how we try to define life. And through that same medium, we then try to define lives of other people. Okay? And one of the most common myths and the most common, cultural understanding of cigars is, anytime I have seen someone, see me smoke a cigar, like, I hate cigarettes. Cigarettes are so bad for you. They cause this, that. The very first fundamental difference that people should know, that there's miles and miles, probably hundreds and thousands of mile difference between a cigarette and a cigar. Because the oldest form, the oldest form of smoking tobacco has been cigar. Like, especially when Columbus, discovered US, which pretty much he actually first discovered Cuba, Havana, Cuba. And that's where he saw everybody is smoking cigars. He's like, what in the world is this? What in the devilry is this? And then you get to find out, if you look a little bit deeper into the history of Cuban culture, Havana culture, Mayans, Aztecs, cigar was used as a medium, as a medicinal medium between the psychic and the other realm, between the psychic and the dimension that helped the psychic attain information intuitively. And of course, it's not like you smoke a cigar and you suddenly have information. No, there was this ritualistic, artistic endeavor that took place with smoking a cigar. And this is the most fundamental thing you have to understand about cigar. Cigar, the way it's fermented, the way it's made, compared to a cigarette, it's night and day difference. And cigar is something, people smoke cigarettes. People smoke cigarettes when they need a break. I'm so stressed, I need to take a smoke break. You will never hear a cigar smoker say, I'm so stressed, I need a cigar break. Because you cannot smoke cigar when you're stressed. Cigar will only attract itself to you. Cigar's craving will only come when you are relaxed, when you have the peace of mind, when you are in that meditative state, that's when a cigar calls you. The other thing that people think, well, please don't inhale cigars, they're bad for lungs. Cigar is never inhaled. Only very, very old school guys and smokers, they inhale cigars. You should not inhale a cigar. You should puff it in and puff it out. But yes, I do agree, excess of anything is bad. I mean, I've known people who smoke 6 cigars a day, 10 cigars a day, 4 cigars a day. Anything, you can eat medicines, overdo with medicines, and you'll die of overdose. You can overeat on sugar, you'll end up getting diabetes. So it's not just this. The most healthiest thing that you eat, the most healthiest thing that you drink, you overdo it, of course it's going to damage you. But for me, cigar is not something that I came to accept as a habit. Cigar is something that came to me at a point where I was craving to increase my intuition, to increase my intuitive level when I do astrological charts. Okay? I was like, what is it? So I was in my meditation, okay, day by day, in my room, in my closet. And I'm like, please, Divine Mother, give me something so I can increase my intuition. And out of nowhere, on my birthday, my wife got me cigars. She's like, here, happy birthday. I'm like, that's pretty strange, because it's not like I smoked cigars before she got me cigars last year. You know, I only smoked cigars if I went out to, let's say, Vegas. I went out to some, lounge and they had cigars, and she's like, why don't you do it? I'm like, okay, fine. But she got me cigars. So then I'm like, all right, fine. So I smoked a cigar. Like, she left my room and I was working, and then I'm like, all right, well, she got it, let me just try it. It's been a long time. So I took a puff of cigar. Okay, and I was looking at the astrological chart, and I cannot explain to you, I can't explain to you how things started clicking, how things just started clicking in my brain when I was trying to analyze a chart, let's say, that I was having a hard time deciphering. I was having a hard time seeing what is the result of this planet. Is this planet trying to give this person a bad result, good result? What is this aspect doing? And I used to run into a lot of, snags into reading a chart. But with that smoke, it's like it just cleared up. I could see it. I could see a chart. I could read a birth chart. And the thing is, smoke in astrology, especially Vedic astrology, is controlled by none other than Rahu. Okay, the north node of the moon. And Rahu can be seen in every single ancient culture, which was the symbol of snake. The snake's head, the separate body could be seen in every culture, from Mayan, Aztec, Egyptian, any South American, Hopi Indians, New Guinea, like Papua New Guinea, everywhere they have discussed about Rahu and Ketu. And in Vedic astrology, especially in modern times, Rahu is actually a very, very strong significator of astrology, occult, and mysticism. Both Rahu and Ketu, the south node of the moon and the north node of the moon. So when you have a pure form of something, like especially even I was talking to Sandeep and Dr. Pai about this. I'm like, Dr. Pai, what is it about when I smoke a cigar and I'm looking at a chart? I'm just seeing things in such a different way that I can explain. And then he was telling me about this brilliant astrologer in India known as S.K. Mehta. And he's telling me all S.K. Mehta did all day, he took a cigarette, puffed it, and put it on the ashtray. All day it was cigarette smoke in the room, and clients would be sitting in front of him. And he would, the way he gave predictions, he would tell you like, you're gonna meet a girl at this hour and this day, she's gonna have children, and she's gonna be wearing red, and then you guys are gonna meet, and you're gonna leave your wife then, and you're gonna marry her, have 3 more children with her. He would just go on and on. And some of the insiders of S.K. Mehta, actually said it was the activation of Rahu. Rahu, which was helping this mystical engineering, this brain, to access things which are only seen through a select few, which are only seen through a select medium. You can't go out there and be a lawyer, be a an IT professional and see things. It doesn't work that way. It has to be dealing with a certain side of Rahu, which is mysticism, occult. This is why from old age, Indians blew cigar smoke, tobacco, into the face of the person that they were trying to heal. They would take a puff of smoke, do their rituals. So cigar smoking, it's not a thing that is an addictive thing. Like when I travel, I don't smoke cigars. I can't smoke cigars. The reason why I can't smoke cigars is because I don't feel like I'm in my element. I'm not in my isolated meditative element, because like here I'm sitting, in my studio on this couch, and after my work day, I just come down here. And if I want to think about something, let's say I'm working on my school's worksheet, I'm working on the next lesson that I'm trying to teach. So I'll come down here and I'll just sit, here with my dog, with, whiskey, rum, whatever it is. I'll just sit, take the puff of cigar, and just zone out into one direction. And somehow, some way, I can't explain it. I apologize. I can't explain it. The information comes to me. Okay, this is how you're going to present something. This is how you're going to tell those students what this is. This is how you're going to relate to people. So the reason why I always have cigar when I am on my YouTube videos, because of the fact I am in that same realm. I am in that same zone of dealing with occult, mysticism, hidden knowledge. Now, many of you say, oh, you will die early. Oh, you will have this disease, that disease. If you guys actually went to Cuba or South America, where everybody smokes everywhere, you will run into men who have been smoking since they were 12 and they're like 87, 92. And forget what I do, which is one cigar either every other day, every day, sometimes back to back. These guys smoke 3 to 4 cigars a day, and they have been doing it for 50 years, 60 years. And yet they're robust. They're eating, they're drinking, they're smoking. And what I don't understand is, like, if you guys follow astrology, the one thing you got to know is that the amount of breath, the prana, the gas tank, it has already been set for you. It has been already designed by universe that you're going to take this many breaths. After that, your karma is done, you're gone. Nothing can save you, extend your life, unless, of course, you're in a presence of some master like Sri Yukteswar Yogananda or Lahiri Mahasaya. So if your destiny is to get some sort of a cancer, some sort of a disease, you're going to get it. I don't care if you're a vegan, you work out, you do yoga. If you are to get it, you will get it. And I already know, just this year I've known of cases where a person lived the healthiest life, they passed away. So you guys need to understand, when you say, well, this is bad, that is bad, everything is bad and everything is good. It's on your horoscope, it's on your panchanga, your karna, your tithi of Vedic astrology, telling you this is the amount of time you have, this is the amount of time you have being healthy, and the rest will be sickly. Doesn't matter if you're a vegan, veg, non-veg. It's that simple. And tobacco, you got to understand, everything is controlled by media. Everything. Every marketing thing that you see on television, on radio, it is designed to sell you something else. So first they fix you, they get you addicted to something, then they say don't do this because you're going to get this and this disease, and if you do this, then you're going to have to be on these medications. It is such a chess game that, I mean, I literally have to just smoke and drink just to understand, oh my God, this chess game that is being played all around the world since the early 40s and 50s, when television and media just came, and boom, that was the most amazing tool, hypnotizing tool for the masses, from here to Timbuktu. But cigar smoking is a time of meditation. It is a time to focus on nothing. Your awareness focuses on nothing. And when your awareness focuses on nothing, that's when the things that you're supposed to know come to you. Because just 40 minutes ago, this cigar I've been smoking for the past literally an hour. Because a cigarette is smoked in less than 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Cigar cannot be smoked that way. Cigar is smoked literally in an hour. Sometimes it can take 3 hours. You can put it down, come back, smoke it. So I was here because of the fact I'm supposed to film something for my school, for my academy, my astrological academy. So I always come down here, and I actually went out, with my spouse to, have a late or early, dinner. So came back, sat down, and I'm like, I think I should talk to you guys about this. But you got to understand one thing. I am never going to be encouraging anybody to do this. I'm not going to encourage anybody to do this. This is your own free will. This is your own decision. I made that decision. If my wife bought the cigars, I could have just said, no, I'm not going to smoke. It's my decision. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown adult. As I say, to each their own. Whatever your destiny is, it is. Nothing can escape it. Nobody escapes it. So, I just hope that this has cleared a lot of things, about cigar smoking, where cigar came from, the tobacco. There's a huge difference between the marketing and the vilifying of tobacco versus what tobacco really is and used to be. If you add 30 different chemicals into a tobacco, okay, of course, then it's pretty much equivalent to a cigarette. It's equivalent to any other harmful substance. And there are certain cigars that are just made naturally with the leaf. There are certain cigars where they actually infuse a lot of other things. I always go for the natural thing, the one that is just dried from the leaf, like right from the factory. The maker does it in front of you, and here's your cigar. And I know a lot of you will have your opinion, your articles on this and that. Remember, anybody can write any article, publish it, and it's out there as legit information. You really have to, really have to dig deep to really know what is and what isn't. Like when they give medicine, when they do drug testing, there's something known as placebo effect. So if this drug is supposed to heal your shoulder, they would just give you like some Tic Tac or something and say this is a medicine that's supposed to heal the shoulder, and they'll be like, wow, I'm healed. And they'll be like, okay, this was placebo effect, the person is healed. Okay, so this is rejected. But these 30% were actually healed. But guess what? Why don't we ever question the power of placebo? Meaning power of your inner engineering, your inner being. Your awareness itself heals it. Because you're aware that this is something that is supposed to heal me. You believe it so much that it does. Nobody ever talks about that. Everybody only talks about, well, everything, oh, that's a placebo effect. Or you're feeling better, that's placebo. Okay, fine, let it be placebo. I'm feeling better. So for me, when you ask, what's this whole thing about cigar? Why are you in such a bad habit? For you, it's a bad habit. For me, it's a meditative zone. You only see me smoking cigars in my office when I'm doing a video. Rest of the time, you don't know what I'm doing. Where I'm smoking a cigar. And where I'm smoking a cigar, it's either here in my studio or in my office when I'm trying to read a chart, when I'm trying to write something on astrology, work on my school, or just zoning out to see what is next, what should I be discussing next, why is this? Why did Jupiter in, Scorpio side of Vishaka made me do this, and this? And I am just telling you, you gotta believe me, the information comes to me so openly that I feel like sometimes I'm blessed to come across a cigar in my life and enjoy it, because I used to think of cigar as a cigarette. Like, oh, people smoking cigar and cigarette, oh, nasty, yuck. Again, it's just the things you experience really teach you about life. Okay? So anyway, I hope this has given somewhat insight into my cigar smoking. Okay? Well, if you're new to my channel, if you're a cigar lover and you want to know about astrology, subscribe below or just go to my website, astrologycares.com. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.